Hi everyone, this is Jane here from Crystal Sparkles Readings. I'm just here to have a shuffle and put down some cards for next week for us. So I'm just going to have a little shuffle of the black and white Faulkner deck as usual. Let's have a little look and see what we've got from these lovely cards this week. So, all the cards are wanting to jump about. Everybody's wanting to jump out. So that's suggesting there's a lot of energy in there at the moment. So let's just shuffle. And pop our cards down. Okay. So first card I have for us for the beginning of next week is the Eight of Pentacles. So Eight of Pentacles is a really kind of positive energy. So it talks about taking charge, really, in terms of an overall energy. More specifically, it can be talking about work, business, promotions, new jobs, being recognised for your hard work, basically, is the Eight of Pentacles. So it's in terms of a card for the day or a card for the beginning of the week. It's talking about recognition, and that might be recognition that's coming to you from somebody else. It might be recognition that is coming to you from yourself, and you've been able to actually give yourself a bit of a pat in the back from time to time. You know, a lot of us don't really give ourselves much credit, and we don't always give ourselves a pat on the back when we really could do. So at the beginning of the week, why not? That's what it's saying, is why not recognize your efforts and give yourself a little bit of credit, give yourself a little bit of a pat on the back. It also talks about, you know, as like I've said, promotions and things like that. So other people are recognizing your efforts. Excuse me just a second while I just have a sip of my tea. So yeah, it's a really positive forward movement, going for it kind of cards. You know, it does talk about, I always think Eight of Pentacles when I'm looking at kind of overall energy, especially around relationships, is it's a kind of taking control moment. Let me just quickly show you this. Hey, they come to say hi. Going away now. Don't often get much of a hello from him, do we, in the readings? But now, guess who's arrived? Hey, Merlin. Have you arrived now? You gonna go? Okay. Thing is, as soon as I start talking, they usually sort of come and have a quick look around, but then they shoot off again. Sometimes they want to join in and they want to be part of it all, and sometimes they just don't. So I think they've kind of wandered off now. It's a bit warm for them. It's quite warm here in London. I think we're building up to having a really hot week next week. So to those of you that enjoy the hot weather, enjoy. To those of you like me that don't, stay by the air conditioning, keep hydrated. So back to our Eight of Pentacles. When I'm looking at a relationship kind of card, quite often this Eight of Pentacles comes up when you need to get a grip. You need to take control. You need to not be allowing someone to walk all over you. And it's about you going for what you want and actually sort of standing your ground a little bit. So there's that energy also that comes with the Eight of Pentacles. So towards the second half of the week, we've got the much more gentle Knight of Cups. So Eight of Pentacles is very much a practical card. Let's go for it. Let's you know, it's not as fast moving as the Wands, but it is telling you to take control and to really get a grip of what you want. The Knight of Cups is much more gentle. The Knight of Cups is the Mr. Romance card or the Mrs. Romance card, whichever you prefer. You know, it is the sort of Sir Lancelot energy. It's the romance. It's a bit of like the Milk Tray Man. So it is very romantic and it's very kind and gentle. And if you're not looking at a romance reading, the Knight of Cups often comes with an offer for you, an offer of help. Somebody that offers to come in and help you out to make your life easier and sweeter. So it's a really, really beautiful card. The Knight of Cups, really lovely, all about the love, all about romance, very, very gentle, watery energy. The only kind of downside of the Knight of Cups, and I wouldn't usually mention it, but my guide's kind of saying mention it because I think it might be relevant to somebody, is sometimes the Knight of Cups can get a bit carried away and be kind of almost in love with the idea of being in love rather than the actual practicalities of being in love. So because we've got this Eight of Pentacles in there as well, which is very much about practicalities, you know, the pentacles are about what's going on in the real world and the, you know, what we are actually, what we have around us, the stuff and the practical things. The Knight of Cups in this instance, it might be relevant to somebody that don't be too much in love with the idea of it being in love. It's more about actually being in love and doing all the things that that kind of are about love, you know, they're actually showing that love to somebody rather than, you know, just sort of kind of being in love with the whole idea of it, but not really sort of in it. So yeah, just kind of keep that balance, I feel like I want to say. I'm just going to shuffle up the, I was going to give us an animal, but actually I'm going to do a goddess. Guide is going goddess. I'm going to do goddess. Okay. Let's have a look and see what we've got in our goddess deck. So I do use the books with, I don't so much with my Faulkner deck. I'm so in tune with them. I use them all the time. Tarot, I tend not to use the books, the guidebooks too much. I tend to read those quite intuitively. But because Oracle cards, I read the image quite intuitively with Oracle cards, depending on what they are. But with things like the animals and the goddess and stuff like that, Colette Baron reads decks. I tend to have a quick look at the book, the guidebook, when I'm reading her decks, just because she recommends that you read that way, and sometimes a word or a phrase will just jump out at you that's relevant from that guidebook. So bear with me while I have a little shuffle of these lovely goddesses. Haven't used these for a little while on here. So let's see what goddess we get for the week. Okay. There she is. Okay, so we've got Mary. And there we go. Let me just move those over so you can see better. There we go, that's better. So most of us know Mary. You know, Mary, Mother of Jesus, all of that. I'm not into religion in a big way. I consider myself to be quite spiritual, but I don't consider myself to be religious. And so I won't bang on too much about that side of this energy. But as you can see, she's very gentle. She's very kind. What she comes here to represent in this deck of cards is miracles. Okay, so I feel like there's an energy of saying trust in the universe a little bit with this. I don't really know exactly what that is and where that's coming from, other than it's coming from my guide, of course. But it just is, I just feel like I want to be trusting in the universe a little bit more. So I'm going to just have a little look at the book and see. So she is Mary, Mother of Miracles. She's here to remind you of all the amazing wonders that are everywhere around you right now. Look around, especially at the synchronistic events that have already taken place ever since you were born. So it's all about, you know, trusting in the universe, synchronicity. It's talking about you being a powerful creator. So this is quite a law of attraction-y type card, you know, believing in miracles, believing in the universe, knowing that the universe has got your back, allowing things to happen for you. Keep staying focused on the good around you and not the negative around you. So all in all, lovely little spread of cards there, just sort of, you know, practicality wise. Eight of Pentacles is saying take control, recognize your efforts, other people will recognize it too. Knight of Cups, all about the love, but kind of don't get carried away with the idea of it and not the practicality. So, you know, be in the real world a bit. And also Mary, who is talking about us manifesting really good things for ourselves this week. I will leave that with you for now. I don't want to let this video go over the 10-minute mark by too much, otherwise it gets very hard to upload. If you've enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, and please do share and subscribe to my channel. That would be lovely, and I will hope you have a really good week, and I will speak to you next time.